and welcome to the Near Dark Podcast episode
18.
20. Close enough. 18. And today we're going to talk about Alien from 1979. I'm going to be leading the episode for today because Josef isn't really feeling up to it. But before we do that, let's welcome the alien crew. I couldn't really think of a catchy name for this one.
The screen huggers.
Oh yeah, the face huggers. Let's welcome the face huggers. Hi, I'm Tiger. I'm doing okay today. How are you guys?
I'm doing all right, as always. How are you doing, Josef?
Doing pretty okay, I guess. Angel?
I'm fine. Zombie?
Could have done better, but I'm alive, so that's a plus.
Are you ill or? Are you ill?
I'm feeling like I'm gonna get ill, so there's that.
I guess with everybody giving their stuff, let's talk about recently seen. Zombie, do you want to go first?
Sure. Other than like this and Leprechaun, I haven't really seen any movies. I've been doing too much gaming to have time for movies this week.
Okay.
How about Joseph?
I finished up season 2 of Slasher, and like I said on the last episode, it's a vast improvement on the first season.
Did you figure out the killer?
I sort of did, but at the same time, there's a really, really, really big twist at the end, which basically threw me off. So I really didn't see it coming, and but well, it was a good season, and I'm looking forward to the third one. I really hope they continue on with the same type of storytelling in the third season. Has anyone else seen the Netflix series Slasher besides Ogge?
No, but I have it on my list.
I haven't. I didn't even know that was on Netflix.
You should check it out.
Season 2 is a lot better than season 1, and if you get too bored with season 1, you can just skip it because they're completely unrelated.
Yeah, it's a bit like American Horror Story. It's a new story for each season.
Yeah.
And like Ogge said, the first season it's okay, but it's more like a murder mystery of the week kind of deal. More like detective. It's more like a thriller series than a slasher series. The second season is just pure slasher. It's a body count and it's really, really violent at times. And there's like a ton of red herrings and twists and turns. And if you're into slashers, you should check at least the second season out. I went to the cinema early February and watched the now new-ish PG-13 horror thriller escape room. Has anyone of you seen that?
No, not yet.
No, I haven't.
No.
Okay. Well, it's basically about this group of people who gets invited into doing an escape room challenge, and pretty soon after they start the challenge, they realize that if they don't get through it, they will die. But it was a thrill ride through and through, and it was a lot of fun, and it was a pure popcorn entertainment. I really recommend that one. And the same night, when I watched Escape Room, I sat down at home and watched the 2009 thriller Exam, which is about a group of people who's on the final step to become the personal assistant of the CEO of a pharmaceutical company. And they got one last task to do before they get evaluated to become this personal assistant, and they get a paper in front of them, and they have one question, and their future employer wants an answer to this question. But when they turn the paper, it's just blank. And Exam is one of those kind of movies, in the same small subgenre of movies like Cube, but
Yeah, I think I've seen that one.
yeah.
Isn't it like they have to answer, but there's kind of like no right answer? Or like they do something and someone dies.
It's been like 1.5 months since I saw the movie, so I can't really remember exactly. But there are a couple of rules. They can't try to contact the employer nor the armed guard in the room, and they are not allowed to destroy the paper.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, okay. Well, what did you think about it?
I believe it was fairly okay. Not like, oh yay, I this. No, but it was a good movie for the time being.
Mm. Well, it's not a thrill ride. It's more of a slow burn.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoyed that one. I like those kind of people trapped in one room or a labyrinth of rooms, and they try to survive or get out or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And later on in February, I watched Escape Room from 2017, which is about...
There's a 2017 version?
Hold on, I'm coming to it. And this escape room is about a group of friends who is gonna participate in an escape room challenge as well. And well, at first it seems like an innocent game, and then they start to realize that it's more deadly than they thought. I really enjoyed that one as well. It was kind of a slow burn, but it was more graphic than the 2019 movie. Has anyone seen that one?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the same night I watched Escape Room from 2017, I watched Escape Room from 2017.
What?
Mm-hmm. There are 2 Escape Room movies with exact same name from the exact same year, and they were released about 3 weeks apart.
Oh, that's not confusing at all.
Mm-hmm. And this third and last Escape Room movie I've seen is about. Well, it's about a escape room challenge where a group of friends play, and the owner, which is played by Skeet Ulrich, if you guys know who he is. He was in the first Scream movie.
Doesn't ring a bell.
If I see a picture, I will probably know who he is.
He plays Billy in Scream.
Oh, he plays the fucked up boyfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. It's owned by him anyway, and he comes over a cursed box. I think it was called the Skull Box, and he places this box in the room, and the participants in this game opens it and releases a ancient demon. And in this room, they got an actor who's chained to the wall, who gets possessed by this demon, and he starts to kill them off. I really enjoyed that one as well. It was a pretty weird mashup between this small subgenre of movies and slasher and possession. So it was a pretty big mashup of everything, basically. I guess none of you have seen that either.
Doesn't ring a bell, no.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Okay. Yeah, that's basically it for now. Have you watched anything, Ant?
I don't think I've seen any actual horror movies. I think the last thing that I saw was probably the Netflix series You, and I don't know if that would be classified as horror or if it would just be a thriller and suspense with a mixture of drama.
Oh, I've seen that one.
'Cause, yeah.
If you want to tell us.
What would you classify it as, Ogge? Yeah. I just
Like thriller, I guess. Like thriller, drama, something.
oh
It's a psycho boyfriend.
yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah. Something like that.
Wait a minute. I think I've heard about that series on another podcast. Is it the boyfriend like a psycho, but the girlfriend is like a really tragic person or something?
Something like that. Where the hell did Ogge go?
Ogge died.
I believe the first couple episodes starts with like the boyfriend being basically this obsessive stalker and basically doing anything he can to get closer to back the girlfriend. I would guess he plays off as like the tragic girlfriend in a way. I don't really see many things tragic about her. But yeah, the boyfriend whose actor I don't really remember the name of plays the boyfriend. He's obsessed with her. He does anything he can to get close to her, and that's about the whole premise. Anything he can to protect her, whether or not it's to her benefit.
So pretty much any guy.
Not any. Fuck out of here.
Well, I don't know about your ex-partners, but I had a cunt like that once.
Hashtag not all men.
Hashtag all men, every day.
Hey,
Don't even.
I think we've lost Ogge, by the way.
Yeah, he died somewhere.
Yeah.
But I've heard a lot of good things about you in girls groups I'm in on Facebook and whatnot, and everyone is pricing it as, oh, it's so good. And I'm just like, I'll watch it when everyone else stops caring about it. Yeah, it's just annoying. And hyped and whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, he's back.
Welcome back, Ogge.
Oh,
He's
welcome
resurrected
back,
from the dead.
What happened?
What?
Don't
You
know.
just dropped out.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like blah blah, and you were offline.
And-
Oh. To me, it looked like it was online.
There wasn't even like a sound of you disconnecting.
No.
Yeah. To
Yeah,
me,
for me
all
it
three
was-
disappeared, so I wrote in
Yeah.
the chat. But I didn't get any replies or anything.
Weird. It's Discord acting up, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all bullying Ogge yesterday.
Had you seen anything more, Tiger?
No, that would pretty much cover my my list for recently seen. Basically, that and Lucifer I've been watching on Netflix.
Oh, Lucifer is a strong recommendation.
Who hasn't gone yet for Angel?
Yeah, I'm the last one. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I watched the new Wreck-It Ralph. I watched Aquaman, Ant-Man, Brain Function would be nice. I've been binging Gilmore Girls on Netflix. Yeah, this like comedy drama family shit that used to like go over and over and over.
Oh, so it
Reruns.
is a horror show then.
Oh yeah, totally. And Orphan from 2009.
If you like Gilmore Angel, if you like Gilmore Girls, you should check out.
You said what? No, you could.
I've never seen Gilmore. I was saying if you like Gilmore Girls, you should check out Golden Girls.
Golden Girls. Yeah, I can't wait to this. So the only one I'm actually going to talk about is Orphan. I've seen it.
What did you say now? Orphan.
Orphan from 2009.
It's the
But like
movie
they-
about the girl, you know.
Yeah, I saw it a lot at like what America would say like Blockbuster, but it was privately run. Bosse, Helagon, stuff like that.
Spanish
rental
movie.
store.
Yeah, no, I believe it's an American movie because it's not Spanish.
It's an it is an American movie.
Yeah, just give me like 2 seconds to think, everyone. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna try and not spoil everything if anyone is interested. It's about a family who tragically loses their third child in childbirth, and then they decide to adopt a new, a third new child. And everything is fine for a while, and escalates and shit goes down. And I see it's a good movie, in my opinion, and I don't see that a lot of movies are good, so yeah, go watch it.
Has anyone else seen it besides me?
No, I haven't seen it.
I think I've seen it. It's probably been a while since I have.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean, it's 10 years old, so...
yeah. If I remember correctly, it's based upon true events as well.
Might be, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because...
it's a really good movie. I agree on that one.
Yeah, the reason why I found it was... movies with, like, plot twist endings or sad endings or whatever.
Mm.
I'm like... so I watched through it, and then Orphan came up when they explained what's going on in the movie. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna watch this. So I did, happily surprised that it was actually good. So
Was it a first time watch for you?
yeah,
Oh.
I always saw the little like movie box, DVD box, but I was like, whatever, because it didn't look interesting enough for me. It's just like this pale white, like she's white pale in the face, pigtails. She kind of looks like Wednesday from the Addams Family.
Mm. Yeah.
And it never like spoke to me. And for a very, very long time, I've gone after movies that has a poster that speaks to me. So yeah.
I can't remember when I watched that movie for the first time, nor why I watched it, but I really enjoyed it. I haven't seen it for a couple of years, but we might.
Yeah, I think you should rewatch it.
Yeah, we might pick it for the pod.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but we'll see. I have a list now, so.
Did we ask Ogge what he has seen, by the way?
No, we have not.
Good
Has he seen
sound.
anything,
Yeah, I've seen the movie Bird Box.
the Sandra Bullock.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it was alright. It was actually good.
Well, what's the plot of that movie, really? I never.
It's basically a end of the world movie, and there's some sort of spirits or entities that start invading the world.
Okay.
And if you see them, you'll die, like you'll suicide right away. So they have to cover their eyes, or they'll die.
Okay. That actually sounds a bit like The Happening.
Yeah, like The Happening meets War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
it's
Bird
something
Box has been really, really prized like everywhere of how good it is. So
It's not that good. It's a good movie.
yeah, I spoke with a friend about it, and I said like, "Have you watched the movie?" And she's like, "Yeah, I watched it, but it was not as good as everyone says it is."
Yeah, it's a bit overhyped.
Yeah, but a lot of things are overhyped. So
Yeah,
Is it okay?
there's also the Bird Box challenge.
yeah, I
Right.
read. Yeah,
Like the-
I think like I read a week after the movie's released, some girl did the Bird Box challenge, and I believe she crashed a car with her friends. I mean,
What's the
Yeah.
Bird Box challenge?
You cover your eyes and then you go out and drive.
Doing-
What the fuck?
yeah,
Yep.
Are you
Yeah, I believe-
are you serious?
yeah,
Yes. Like they have
completely.
GPSs and those sensors on the car.
But
It's still-
still,
It's a very stupid
Jesus
idea.
Christ. How fucking stupid are people?
that's like asking to crash and die
Yeah.
and whatnot.
I
Yeah.
believe it
I
counts
mean-
for other things too, and not just driving. But I think driving is the most recognized one.
Yeah, it's the
Probably most-
recommended, the man's
Yeah,
way of doing it.
The most dangerous one as well, most likely.
Yeah.
Well, people are jackasses, so
What were you gonna say, Tagger?
What?
I thought you
I
were gonna say
don't.
something. Okay, I guess not.
have you watched something else, Augie?
Yeah, I've also I rewatched the American remake of The Ring.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if I'd seen it, but I started remembering as soon as I started watching it,
Mm.
and it's also a pretty good movie. It's
I've only
pretty
seen,
scary from time to time.
I've only seen the Asian movies in that franchise.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that one as well, but that was a long time ago.
Mm. Has anyone else seen those movies?
I believe I have seen those, but when you talk about The Ring, I think about The Grudge. So I mean, I might mix them up or something.
The ghosts
probably
are pretty
watch them.
similar.
Yeah.
They were released at the same time. There were a couple of years where, like, Asian horror movies were pretty popular.
Yeah,
So,
in the beginning
Hollywood.
of the noughties.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think that was also when Hollywood started remaking pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
Mm.
think The Grudge and The Ring were the ones, like, the most popular.
Mm.
I think there was also a remake of Dark Waters. I don't think I've only seen the Japanese version. I remember not liking it at all.
Well, the Japanese or Asian Dark Waters is more like a supernatural drama than a straight up horror movie. I actually watched it a couple of months ago, and
Yeah.
I was actually surprised that it wasn't the type of full-on horror flick that The Grudge and The Ring are.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah, and Asia also has a different way of horror
yeah,
Like- than the Western world.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot more.
Um,
It's a lot more spirits and demons and such in the Asian culture than the Western culture.
Yeah, they
when it comes
believe,
to horror movies.
Yeah, I think it comes with that they believe so much that when you die, you're still around.
Mm.
You're still a spirit. So, but I think we should go on with the actual episode, not because we've been spending like 30 minutes talking about what I recently seen.
Nah, let's talk some more about this. We can make an episode out of this alone.
Yeah, right. Okay, so here is the trailer for Alien. In the distant future, during her return to Earth, the commercial spaceship Nostromo intercepts a distress call from a distant moon. The 7-member crew are awakened from hypersleep and the spaceship subsequently descends on the moon. While exploring the moon, a 3-member team of the crew discovers a derelict spaceship and a huge chamber inside her containing thousands of eggs. When a curious team member goes near the egg, the parasite inside the egg attacks him, rendering him unconscious. He is brought back aboard and the spaceship takes off. After a little while, the parasite dies and his host wakes up seemingly unruffled. Everything soon returns to normal, but not for long. Okay, the one I'm most curious to hear from is you, Zombie, like always.
Yep.
I guess this is your first time watching Alien.
Yeah, like I have not watched many of the OG horror movies as I should have, but
If you're gonna
yeah.
go OG, you need to go back to the 1930s.
I'm gonna go way back.
But you mean the classics, the modern classics?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
But this movie, it was very interesting. I really liked what they did with the design of the ship, both the exterior and the interior. And I can say it was a tad bit slow moving at times, but I did enjoy watching it. It was, I don't really know what to say, because it's such a classic, and I came very late to watching it.
Mm.
Like, I can definitely see why it is a big movie, a remembered movie as well, because it's got a very unique alien that they used and whatnot.
It's the side of H.R. Geiger. He also worked on the Species movies, or at least did the design.
Yeah. I'm a bit unsure how to rate it as of now. I have thought about it a lot, but I still come up blank. So I think I should throw it to someone else for now.
Okay. Angel. What do you think about the movie?
It takes a second to actually recognize. I think Alien is a great movie. It's up there with Halloween and Friday and every one of those movies. This was my 4th or 5th time watching it. And as I told you earlier this week, that I was thinking about picking Alien, but then I was like, nah, it's too good. We need to watch some trash. But as I said in the last episode, it was a good pick. I will actually rate it 8.5 face hugger out of 10. That's how good I think it is. I love the alien. I love Ripley. For me, it was like I started the movie and then it was done. It's like, has 2 hours really just passed? I got a phone call in the middle of the movie and I was like, I probably just watched 10 minutes of it. And then I checked, it's gone 30 minutes. Oh, what? Has 30 minutes passed?
Yeah. Even though the movie is very slow, it's just,
No, I wouldn't say that it's slow. For me, it felt like something was happening all the time. But I don't know. I've been watching a lot of Star Trek and stuff like that. So sci-fi is way more interesting. So whatever they do is kind of more interesting than it should have been if I wasn't that interested in sci-fi. So I guess that's what makes it feel like something is happening all the time for me, at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love this movie. It's great. Tiger.
I believe this is my second or third time seeing it, and I've really enjoyed it. It's definitely just as good as I remember. I'd give it maybe 9 face huggers out of 10. It's like you said, Angel. It's definitely one of those movies where, like, if you sit down, you have no idea where the rest of the time goes, and the movie's over. That's pretty much all I gotta say. It's definitely up there with the original Halloween, the original Freddy Krueger, and all the other
Big
horror
boys.
movies.
No.
Yeah. Ogge, what did you think?
I love it too. Like you all said, it's definitely up there with Friday the 13th and Halloween and those. It might even surpass them. I'm not sure, but it's definitely up there. It's probably a 9 out of 10 facehuggers. I think the ship and just how good everything looks in it, I think that's what makes me put it above like Halloween and those movies. Like it has everything that the rest of those classic, slasher movies has, but it also has those awesome, just timeless special effects and setting. Yeah.
I actually think it's pretty interesting that all of you compares Alien to the heavy hitters of the slasher genre, because you could basically say that Alien is a slasher movie set in space, but instead of a masked psycho, you got an alien life form who's stalking and killing everyone, and it's changing its appearance over the course of the movie as well.
Yeah, it evolves its appearance, becoming both like bigger and more vicious. It's great.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else to say for now, Ogge?
Not right now.
Okay. Well, I guess it's my turn then. I think the first Alien movie is an excellent piece of sci-fi horror, and even though it's basically a rehash of old ideas, it has basically the same plot as the 1958 movie It, The Terror from Beyond Space. But everything is done so well that it feels like it's fresh and new. I love the atmosphere through the entire movie and the feeling of impending doom that permeates it. And I also love the set designs and the claustrophobic feeling the movie got. I like all of the characters, mostly because they feel like ordinary people on another boring work shift, basically, which makes them more relatable. and you don't have any action here in this movie. It's just hardworking
It's
people.
pure survival.
Yeah, it's hardworking people who gets trapped with this alien life form and just tries to survive. I also find it pretty funny that you can hear the sound of rockets of the spaceship and the explosion of it. Since it's in space.
Yeah.
Which actually made me chuckle this time when I watched the movie. And even though I'm usually allergic to slow burn movies, which Alien is, I think Alien is one of the best movies that came out of the 70s, and it's definitely up there on my top 20 best movies ever made. And if I rate it, I'd probably rate it 9.5, perhaps. Not 9.5. Because there's one movie in this franchise that I think is better than the original, and that's Aliens.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much my opinion.
Okay.
I actually think Alien 2 is better than Alien 1.
You mean
But it's a
Alien?
Blasphemer.
Well, it's a pretty different type of movie. Aliens is more of a action, kind of. It's not an action movie though, but it's more.
Well, it is an action movie. It's a sci-fi action horror movie.
Okay, yeah. Well, if you put it that way.
I hope you mean Aliens and not Alien 2 on Earth.
Aliens.
Okay, good. Alien 2 on Earth is an Italian rip-off movie of Alien. I think it came out in 1980, and it's horrendous.
Maybe we should watch it sometime.
Yeah.
So it's the next picture.
We should have done a double feature with that movie.
Yeah, you said it's horrendous. You sold me. I really like the introduction of the alien also in this movie. It's very iconic.
Yeah.
In how it comes out of, I don't remember his name, but out of this guy. Yeah, out of Kane. And later when you actually seen it more grown up, simply just hanging among the chains, just foreboding and I am here, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, it's just that feeling of impending doom, especially when they walk into the spaceship. You know something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna know shit. Someone has something on them, or someone has in them, and it's gonna spread through the ship, and everyone's gonna die. Like, that's gonna happen. That's a typical sci-fi horror.
Yeah, and as Joseph mentioned, like the claustrophobic part, like you're very much trapped with this alien with nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Which is, it's horrible. Like you have like very few options. You can like possibly hide. Not a very big option in this one. You kill the alien, which again didn't work. You can't really escape unless you have like a limited number of escapees. And death is also an option, that's always an option. And like the fact that even if you know like the ship like the back of your hand, the fact that you never know where it is also like very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, and it can also the xenomorph can also blend in the darkness very well because of its skin color.
Yeah.
And another thing I think is pretty brilliant with the xenomorphs is that they got acid as blood. Like,
Yep.
it ups the stakes a lot, at least in this first movie, because if they try to hurt the xenomorph, they can basically fuck themselves in the behind, so to speak, because
Yeah.
it can melt a hole in the exterior of the ship.
Yeah, I believe the tiny one said through 3 floors before it stopped.
Yeah.
And then just like think hurting a big one, the amount of acid that's gonna come out from it, that can just like purely go straight through the whole ship.
Mm.
Yeah. That's like evolutionary overkill. Like, you're already at the top dog. Like, what should we give it next?
Yeah.
Acid blood. Yeah.
I think one of the characters in this movie, I actually watched the whole quadrology for this review. I know that one of the characters, I can't remember if it's in this one, he says something like, I admire its purity.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's the robot or
Asher.
android. Yeah.
Ash. Okay.
He gets by the company, I believe, who made him. They give him like, you shall find this being, and you have to bring it back alive. And he admires how pure it is, how it's I don't know, like how it's not human.
How it's free of morals and such.
Yeah, it doesn't have feelings. It can kill without feeling bad that it has killed something, and so on. And as a space.
Speaking of Ash, by the way, did he start to malfunction just before he attacks Ripley? By the way, what do you guys think? But because I noticed that he was like twitching a lot, like 30 seconds before he starts to attack her.
Yeah, like circuits are burning up or something. I think he did start malfunctioning and not act out of rage since he is an android. But the way he attacks her, I mean, he rolls up a paper, sticks it in her mouth to choke her.
Yeah,
I don't think you can do that by malfunctioning. I think that's kind of like that's something I would place more as a human reaction than a machine reaction.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, guys, what do you think, Ogge and Tiger?
I thought that was kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
That's one of the few times I started laughing for the movie.
Yeah, the choking with the paper is kind of stupid, but you know.
Yeah.
What do you think about it, Tiger?
I don't remember. I don't remember what the question was.
Did Ash start to malfunction just before he attacked Ripley? Because it was twitching. What do you think about it?
He might have been malfunctioning. It might have been just like a fucked up cord or something. I can't honestly answer that question. I'd say yeah. With something like that, he may have been malfunctioning.
Yeah. The reason I'm asking is because I always thought that he was programmed to, kill the crew if it was necessary to get the xenomorph to the company. But I noticed that he was twitching a lot just before he started to attack Ripley, so I was thinking that he might have been malfunctioning, and that was the cause of the attack.
It could have been like both, because the crew, as he said, is expendable, but also isn't his role on the ship like the ship doctor and scientist? So he's there to like help them, but at the same time, if they go against him, stop them, which is very two contradictory settings to have, which might have caused him to like blow a circuit or malfunction in any way.
Oh, I just remember something. In Aliens, they're actually talking about Ash in that movie in the beginning. Bishop asks Ripley which model of the androids was with her on the Nostromo, and he mentions that model Ash were known to malfunction sometimes. So I basically answered my own damn question.
I personally saw that as I didn't foresee him being a robot at all, so that came as a very good plot twist for me.
Yeah, it was first time watch for you, yeah.
Yeah, so like it was very much what is going on. Like for 1 second, I thought something with the alien has caused him to act odd and off, but then he was a robot, and it's like, well, shit. Okay, this is happening. Sure. So, I think they hid him as a robot and revealed him very, very well.
Well, I've seen this movie a bunch of times, so I know what's coming. But this time around, I was trying to see if there were any foreshadowing that Ash would.
One foreshadow I thought about is possible is like the fact that he lets the 3 crew members in despite the quarantine, and he never really give a straight answer as to why he broke quarantine.
Yeah, exactly. I actually catched up on a couple of things that he do. He's telling he's telling the rest of the crew, well, we can't shoot it out of the airlock and things like that, and he's trying to quote unquote protect it from the crew. So there are some foreshadowing that he's up to something, but
he keeps on saying that they have to keep it alive for scientific reason.
Yeah, exactly.
And the ship captain, he says, well, what's his name again? The robot.
Dallas.
Not Dallas. Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's in charge of the the science department, and he has the final say in what's going on there. And I think that's kind of that's like a bit of a cover for like, oh, okay, he says that we have to keep it alive for scientific reasons.
Yeah.
Even when it starts killing people, and there is kind of also where you start to see that, is he actually human, or something going on.
Mm.
So, yeah. I want to remember the first time I watched it, that he was a robot until they kind of rip his head off, and all this like white stuff just like, so, oh shit.
Yeah, like my initial reaction when that happened was like, so he's an alien clone. But nah, I was wrong.
Do you guys have any scenes you want to specifically talk about?
Yeah, one. Where I believe it's a face hugger. No, it's not a face hugger. I don't remember what it's called, but it comes out of his chest.
Chest
The
burst.
xenomorph.
Yes. I love that scene to death. It's amazing. And if I remember right, they didn't tell the acting crew that was going to happen, so the reaction they have is actually real.
You're absolutely correct about that. Yes, the actors didn't know what was coming, so all of the reactions are genuine.
It's just great.
Yeah, I agree. What do you other guys think about that scene?
Iconic. Definitely iconic. Like, as I said earlier, like, a very good way of showing the alien for the first time and introducing it to the world by having it literally burst out of someone.
Yeah, the face hugger is basically the rapist of the galaxy. If you think about it.
Very true. It can lay like it forces down this alien creature into the carrier and then dies afterwards when it's done. So...
Ogge, what do you think about that scene?
It's one of the best scenes in the movie, in my opinion. And, well, you could tell that the reactions are they looked very authentic. Like when they react to him coughing and stuff. Yeah, I love that scene.
Same. Honestly, until you guys mentioned it, I didn't even know it was a unplanned moment for the movie.
Same.
Well, I agree with all of you on that. It's iconic, and I remember the first time I saw that scene, I was like, "Whoa, what the?"
That guy dead.
I wonder
And he
how,
became a mother.
I wonder how the cinema goers back in 1979 reacted to that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Probably lots of popcorn lost that day. You know, like you sit there with your popcorn, and all of a sudden something really, really, really scary happens. So you jump, and it's like, woohoo, bye.
Remember that day.
Yeah.
Never forget.
They're telling
exactly.
their
Never forget.
grandchildren in the future, it's like, I was watching this movie and oh god.
I throw my whole bucket into the air and it landed on someone.
And that's how I met your grandmother.
Okay. Okay, I got one last scene I want to discuss and then I'm done. The first jump scare of the movie when Kane gets face hugged. What do you guys think about that scene?
I really enjoyed that scene.
Yeah.
And I feel like the lead up to it was very well planned out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, same here.
Man of few words.
I think I think I jumped. I remember watching this movie like a few months ago. I remember. I think I jumped to that scene.
I know I definitely did. I think I cursed at the movie at least once or twice when I first saw it.
I don't know. I think something was going on, so I kind of missed that. Because the next time I was looking at the movie, 'cause, I was paying attention to something else. He all of a sudden had something on his face that just melted his what's it called?
Helmet.
Yeah, exactly, the helmet itself. So like the next thing, the face hugger actually gone through his helmet, sitting on his face. Because like the whole walk to that thing, it kind of lost my interest for a second. Attention, but yeah.
Zombie, what do you think about that scene? Did you jump?
It did get me because I was so distracted by the fact that I thought how stupid he was to even go near those eggs because they're alien eggs. Don't touch that out of the blue, and then a face hugger out of nowhere. And another scene that did get me that we can talk about later is like in the vents.
Yeah,
That also did get me.
We can talk about it in a minute.
Yeah.
I think the build up to the first jump scare with the face hugger is just brilliant. There's no music. There's just the ambience of the movie, and then you just pan into the egg, and then smack. It just happens so fast that you're like, whoa, what the hell happened? I just think it's brilliant, and I actually think that scene is pretty iconic as well.
Yeah.
But
I can see that.
You had a scene you want to talk about, something.
Like in the vents when what's the captain's name?
Dallas.
Dallas. When he is in the vents and suddenly they were like, "It's coming for you," and it was like, I do not like people being in like a vent in like cramped spaces and you see how something is getting closer to said person, and said person is either unknowing or they can't do anything about it, and suddenly, pop, it was there. And like, I did not like it because
Did you jump?
I don't know if I jumped, more like I did get scared.
Yeah.
That is for a fact.
Well, the whole point with that scene is
Yeah.
get scared.
And it also like almost like got me like stressed, like, get out, you fucker, you stupid fuck.
To be honest, the first time I watched this movie, that scene actually got me. But this time around when I was watching, I saw, you can actually see the head of this xenomorph just when he comes down. If you pay close attention in the background, you can see like reflections on the head.
Gotta look for that later.
Yeah. You other guys, what do you think about that scene? Or the whole sequence when he goes into the vent?
I got stressed as fuck.
Stay.
Agreed.
It's a very stressing scene.
Honestly, anything that has to do with vents like that is fucking terrifying because you know something is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So something I don't really understand though is that he leaves the flamethrower just before he gets picked off.
Yeah.
Why did
That's
he
like-
leave the flamethrower?
Suicide, I guess.
Fuck this, I don't want to live anymore. Eat me. Well, you do stupid things when you're stressed, I guess?
Oh, yeah. That's true.
I mean, when you get to a certain point of being scared or stressed, you kind of drop everything you are holding on to and just like, I need to get the fuck out of here as fast as possible. And yeah, that's how I think of it, at least.
Yeah. Because, like, it was pretty big, wasn't it, the flamethrower?
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
not... Yeah, so, like, in event, it's easier to at least crawl or run away without it.
Yeah, and don't forget that it's kind of big, fairly heavy too.
Yeah, like,
And the lighter you are, the faster you can get away.
yeah, like, it's stupid because you're safer even if you're slower, but you don't really think that way when you know it is there and it's coming for you.
Hmm.
Okay, I got two last questions because we're kind of on a time schedule here. Which one is your favorite character in the movie?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'd say despite him trying to constantly save the alien, I would definitely say Ash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like him. I like him too, but I also like Dallas, and then of course there's Ripley
Mm-hmm.
and the Xenomorph. But I think Ripley and the Xenomorph, that's kind of cheating. So I'm saying Dallas.
Okay.
I think the Xenomorph goes without saying a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Zombie, which character do you think is your favorite?
I'm shit at names, but the one dark-skinned dude.
Parker.
Yeah, because he was all like, I ain't doing this, I ain't getting paid for this shit.
Adriel?
Hands down, Ripley.
Okay.
I love her.
Okay.
Hey,
And,
we said Ripley and the Xenomorph aren't fair choice.
okay, fine. God. Okay, Dallas. Only because he looks good. Like, he looks... Yes.
Okay, my favorite is Parker, so I'll side with Zombie. I love Parker. He's just sarcastic and he's like, I don't want to go through this bullshit. I'm not doing that. Do I get paid for that?
So, he's kind of like you.
Yeah. Actually.
You see yourself in him.
Mm-hmm. And my last question is, what do you guys think about the last sequence after the Nostromo is blown up?
I love that. That speech. That speech he's giving. Like, this is Ripley signing off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's iconic. It's also in Alien Isolation, the game that was released 5 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Ogge.
But I mean the sequence before she does that recording. What do you think about that?
Honestly, I don't remember what she's doing.
She gets into the capsule and she goes away from the Nostromo. The ship explodes, and the xenomorph is in the capsule together with her.
Oh,
I got a bit like confused because 1 second she set the ship to self-destruct, and then the next she tries to make it
Yeah,
stop.
yeah, that's because the xenomorph is in the way to the capsule. So
Ah.
she tries to stop the self-destruction sequence because it's in the way.
I
Once
see.
she's trying to do that, the xenomorph climbs into the capsule.
I see.
I'm gonna drop us a thing here too. I love that the computer system they're using called the Mother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just want to drop that.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a side
Yeah, no,
And
yeah, it's like in Resident Evil where she's called the Red Queen. Like I like names like that. They give the system a name.
in Alien Resurrection, the computer is called Father.
Okay.
apparently, computers are parental figures, I guess.
Okay, go.
So, Ogge, what do you think about that last sequence?
I love that sequence. It's thrilling.
Mm.
And it's pretty satisfying when she, blows him out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger.
I agree with. It's it's a well thought out scene. And to just see the as she's leaving, she tried her hardest, but the alien still managed to get in there with. Just makes for a like I said, a satisfying like.
Yeah, like I feel like after the ship blows up, it feels very much like the calm before the storm. When she realizes the xenomorph is on the ship with her, like it's so calm. She killed the alien. She blew up the ship, and like she's just waiting for rescue now, and it's just calm and nothing bad is happening, nothing foreboding, and then it hits.
Angel, what do you think?
Honestly, I've been watching so much TV series that I kind of forgot about it.
Okay.
This is why I kind of watched the movie like the same day versus board,
Yeah.
so I will actually remember everything.
Yeah, you and me both. I think that last sequence is it's basically the same thing as in a lot of slasher movies. The main character thinks that she or he has defeated the slasher, and then he comes back for last scare, basically. I think that last sequence is really good, and it's really suspenseful when you realize that the xenomorph is on board with her.
Yeah. I don't remember what she started to sing when she was planning to like get rid of the alien once and for all. But it was like I think it made like the scene very much more suspenseful because of how nervous she obviously was.
Yeah.
Does anyone else remember what she were like chanting and singing?
We're not gonna take it.
Ogge, I think you broke Angel. Oh, Jesus. I can't actually remember which song it was. I don't think it was Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, right?
No, I don't think so. But I think it had something to do with Star.
Thinking about Dead Space for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the theme
you
of
do.
Dead Space.
Yeah. I think that is like in the cartoon movie version of it. They do sing Twinkle Twinkle at the end.
They sing it either in the first or game too.
Ah, okay.
What are you talking about now?
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in Dead Space.
Oh yeah, that's in the first 2 games.
Hmm.
Okay, I think we're starting to veer off subject here.
Yeah,
Exactly.
do you guys have anything else to add, or should we wrap up perhaps?
I think we should wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any trivia?
I think
we got nothing for that.
I don't think anybody really got anything for trivia since it's such a well-known movie.
Yeah, true.
There's a ton of documentaries and information out on the internet if you want to know anything about Alien.
Yeah.
And the franchise,
True.
of course.
Yes.
So, I guess with that said, we will go ahead and say our goodbyes and then choose next movie.
We got 2 more things to do. Reveal the next pick and reveal which track we are playing out with. But I think we already spoiled which movie we will cover next.
I think we did.
Oh yeah, we definitely did, but I mean, we could still just like stay it at the end for.
Well, the next episode is a special episode for the St. Paddy's Day celebration, 17th of March. We're going to be watching Leprechaun from 1993.
Yes.
Ooh.
Woo! And we are playing out with Spock, Alien Attack.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and say goodbye to the good people, everybody.
Goodbye.
Ouch.
Goodbye, good people.
Goodbye,
Bye-bye.
good people.
Bye.
Ta. Ta ta.
Fare thee well.